and we're doing a consultation for this Armstrong maple. I think it's a silverleaf maple. We'll go home and do some identification on it and figure out for sure exactly what it is. But here's a trunk. It's about 16 inches DBH, and there's the leaf structure there. The tree has a lot of crossing limbs. There's one there that's crossed. It's got a lot of stress fractures up and down the trunk of the tree. You can see a stress fracture right there up the tree. The tree also has a defect of included bark. You can see that goes all the way down to the ground on both sides. This included bark, if you were to cut the tree here, you would see that there's 3 trunks of 3 separate trees growing on this one stem. And you can see there's a significant root flare raising up. It's done damage to the sprinkler system already. It's heaving the bricks out. You can see it's pushing out these bricks here. It's also separating the driveway and raising up. You can see the roots are going underneath the driveway and raising up the bricks there. And you can see over here where the homeowners have had to do some work on their irrigation system here, where the tree has actually grown inside the pipes and through to go into the house. So this is already causing a lot of property damage as it is. There's a significant root exposure on the ground where the roots are raising up the soil here, and they're hitting it with a lawnmower. So that's not happy for the tree either. And the one thing that I noticed when I was looking at this tree is the very crown of the tree has a good split, and you can kind of see it right through there. I think I can point it out in this area. There's a good split in the tree where the tops are breaking out already. This left leg is already breaking out, and that right leg is pushing out, and you can see the decline in the tops of the branches with the leaf cupping from the stress fracture there. So I did an arborist consultation on this tree, and it received a 40 out of an 80. And my recommendation is just to remove the tree and replace it with a more desirable species. You can see there's just too much foliage, and there's lots of stress fractures just all up and down this tree. It's just going to cause a lot more property damage. So my suggestion is to take this tree down and replace it with a more desirable species like a flowering dogwood or a golden chain, something that's going to grow slower. Another thing to consider is that the vegetation on the tree for code needs to be 10 foot from the roof line, and you can see that the trunk of the tree is too close for that to be ever feasible with this species. It just needs to be a smaller species in this spot. And my recommendations for planting a new species would be to be in this corner of the property over here. And so you can see you can extend out some bark mulch across this way here to make a radius in the yard, and then plant the new dogwood in this spot here. A flowering dogwood or a tree of heaven, or a species that's more desirable than a silverleaf maple that's just going to continue to grow and become more liability for the homeowner, and potentially cost a lot more property damage and safety concern for pedestrians also. But this is the tree from the curbside. This is September 8th, 2017.